Alright ladies, this is my stop. We have arrived at Fulda on the 642 diesel locomotive here. And welcome to Train Sim World 5. What is all this trash doing on the ground? It is disgusting out here. Fulda Station, get your act together, clean up, sweep a little. Anyways, yes, this is Train Sim World 5. Good morning to you. And this we'll be driving the ICTT today. One of my personal favorite high-speed passenger trains, and I can't wait to drive it. We're expected to see it arrive on platform 3 in a minute or two, and we're driving it down to Frankfurt, which is an amazing, beautiful station, massive station. But right now we're at Fulda, and there are colors everywhere. We got the pink, we got the red, we got the yellow, we got the green, the blue, everything. But before I head over to platform 3, I want to show you something really quickly on platform 6. So just excuse me, let me squeeze by here. There we go. We'll go up the ramp, and over here on platform 6, we do have a Talon too, but that's not what I want to show you. That's nothing new. We also have the 642 over there on the left. Also nothing new. If you guys want to see some of these extra trains show up at your stations, you're gonna need to have the DLCs that they come with. These extra trains do not come with the base game of Train Sim World 5. But anyways, here is the abduction orb, where aliens will abduct you and send you to a whole other route. This is the route hopping feature, a new feature for Train Sim World 5. I hit E on the keyboard. I'm not sure what that is on the controller, but you can see we can hop over to the route Castle Würzburg, which is pretty cool. That's kind of, I guess, their way of sort of merging routes without merging them, I guess. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of it, but if you want to hop from one route to the other, you can do that with the new route hopping feature. So Fulda is also a station that is on another Train Sim World route, which is the Castle Würzburg route, which I think is the default route that came with Train Sim World 4. Oh, a train. Oh, a train is here. There she is, the ICTT. So we're going to run over there to platform 3 real quick, and that's going to be the train we will be driving today down to Frankfurt. Expecting about an hour-long drive and 80+ kilometers. This will be a pretty long trip, but we are going to be in high-speed express trains. We don't have any stops in between. It's just from here straight to Frankfurt. That is a job. So here it is, platform 3. There is where we're going, Frankfurt. ICE service 1652. So for those who want to hop on a board and join us, please do. How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. Alright, so first things first, let's take a quick look. For those who haven't seen it, we'll take a look at the interior cabin. So let's go ahead and do that. I think, yeah, we'll start here. Open the door. Steps gonna come out, and we'll hop right on in. So we take a look. This is the basic kind of economy coach seating right here. Nothing too special. We'll move over to the left, and we see this is the dining coach. This is where they serve food. You can get your refreshments, your snacks, all that good stuff. I kind of wish that they, kind of simulated that a little bit more. It'd be kind of cool to see some people kind of serving food and things like that. Got some little dining tables in here with some lighting and some shades as well, which I don't think we can put the shades down. We'll continue to the front. Then we have some more basic economy style seating with a few tables there, here and there. And then after that, we have the bit more fancy seating. And oh, look, a train is passing by. Not sure where that train is going. That's cool. I like a route that kind of feels alive. You know that. I like seeing the traffic going around. Anyway, we got some baggage areas here. It's pretty cool. More baggage areas here. And then we're in first class. This is where you want to be, right? You don't be back there with the rest of us. You want to be up here. So here we got some nice seating here. Some nice little privacy areas. Pretty nice. Looks pretty comfortable. It could be. I'm not sure how comfortable it is. Looks pretty comfortable though. And then that leads us up to our office. Well, come to my office. Welcome to my office. Here it is. The front, the cab, the office of the ICTT. Very familiar. Basically the same of all the other ICE trains. So we'll hop in here. We'll take our service 1652, and we'll get started. Headed to Frankfurt. We don't depart for another minute or two though. So what I will do though is get the reverser set to forward, and that is going to allow me to actually get my doors and open up those left side doors just like that. And so passengers can get on if they want a little early. And look at that, there is another ICE train rolling up on our left. We'll have to go by and sneak by and see where they're headed to. But right now, we'll get our cab set up so that we don't have to worry about it. I am going to be running with the safety systems on, all of that. So we'll go over to our panel door back here behind the seat on the right side. Click on it, it's going to open up, and then we can go to our PZB modes. I'm not going to use SIFA today. It's annoying, and I kind of want a nice, relaxing drive, kind of. So we'll go ahead and get the PZB turned on. We'll get the LZB turned on, and we'll get the GNT turned on. I don't know what any of that means, but I turned it on because that's what I got to do. We got the NITEC that's turned on as well, and again, we'll leave the SIFA turned off. Over here, you have your parking brake, so if for whatever reason you hit apply, it'll turn on, but make sure that is released. We'll then go up to our dashboard here and get our AFB, aka the cruise control, turned on. And the 9 key is how you do that. So it says AFB right here. We'll click on the 9 key underneath that. And then we'll click on the 6 key underneath the Sol, and then she'll confirm by repeating it that AFB is now activated. What I like about AFB is that you can basically set your speed and forget it. Sorta. But we're going to set our speed now for the track speed coming out of Fulda, which is 100 kilometers. So raise that up to 100 kilometers. There it is. And then we'll just kind of sit here because we don't want to go anywhere just yet, right? But that is ready to go. So once we roll out, we can hit the throttle. So basically full throttle, and the speed will just stop at the speed that we selected. So that's good to go there. All right, the last thing I'll do is get my lights set to normal, and that's good to go. All right, so passengers are now boarding. Let's get that wiper out of the way. We'll go over here to the right to our wipers, and we'll put that into park instead of P mode. There it is, and we can actually turn it back off. Not expecting any rain today, but you never know. If you want to exit out of this screen here on the left, you can hit the far right 0 key, and that'll take you back to the main screen. That shows you some of the traction motors and things like that. So go ahead and hop out and take one quick look at the locomotive before we depart. It's going to get pretty busy en route with the safety systems and all of that. Where are you headed, mister? Mr. Picking My Nose? He is going to Frankfurt as well. Okay, cool. So I guess we'll be racing there. We'll be racing there, but it looks good. This train, the ICT, man, look at her. I like the kind of ribbed headlights there. 3D model looks good. Very nice, very nice detail in the suspension. That looks really good. We'll take a more look at that when we start rolling. Oh, I'm sorry, man. All up in my face. But, you know, Dovetail's always done a good job with the 3D modeling. The graphics are always been a great suit. Kind of a specialty for Dovetail. So I'm usually not disappointed in that department. But anyways, head to the front. We got our door shut behind us, and it is time for us to depart, guys. We have the time to close the doors. So left side doors are going to go into locking. There it is. And now the door indicator has disappeared. Looks like he's rolling out too. Let's hurry up and go. Throttle, max throttle. We've already set our speed to 100 kilometers an hour, which is track speed. I assume his track speed is the same. I wonder if we can get ahead of him. Can we give him the red light? Is it first come, first serve? Does it work that way? I don't know, but we have a race. Come on, Icy, you can do it. All right, we're neck and neck here. Well, sort of neck and neck, kind of like neck to middle. But we're matching his pace, matching his speed, passing 90 for 100 kilometers. And look at that, another ICE1 is passing on the left side, and I think I spot a photo op. Stand by, pause. There it is. Let's see if we can get a nice photo here. Sweet. Look at that. All 4 trains are here on the spot. Let's see if we can fast forward just a little bit. And right there. Let's see if we can grab that shot. Nice. So this is a good chance for me to show you the photo mode, the improved photo mode of the Trains to World 5. So I'm gonna kind of set us up for a nice little shot here. And we have our normal field of view controls and things like that. That's not new. Nothing new there. So let's see, that's the leader right there. We can kind of get myself in the shot, get a hint of that red train on the left, maybe. We'll see what we can do here. And then I'm just gonna maybe tighten. Yeah, I think that's good. We'll go to add a little, it's a tiny bit of rotation to the shot. Let's kind of give it a little bit more movement, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I can dig that. I can dig that. Maybe a little less. That's fine. It's fine. We have our depth of field, which is cool. I'm gonna probably turn it down a little bit so that we can actually see everybody and focus in this shot. Now, there's a new feature called motion blur. Yeah. So if I turn motion blur on, let's see what happens here. But it doesn't do much. As you can see there, it doesn't do much. It kind of blurs a little bit here and there, but it's not as effective and as dramatic as I expected. So I guess we'll leave it on because why not? But it's not really adding anything to this shot in particular. So we're going to continue to the next tab. We'll add a tiny little bit of vignette, just a little bit, just a tasteful amount, and also a tasteful amount of grain effect. You don't want too much of that. You don't want to look too grainy. Like, I mean, it's not. It feels like a steam train. You know, that might make a bit more sense. But, you know, we got nice HD cams today. All right, let's continue to the next tab. And this is where a lot of the new features are. You can actually change the time, the date, the weather, everything. So I'm going to go ahead and try for like kind of midday. Oh, that looks kind of nice already. I like that already. Ooh, I like that already. And then we'll go with like, let's go with some snow. Let's throw some snow on the ground. There we go. Sick. And then another thing you can do is you can actually advance time a little bit. So if you hit the advanced time, it will advance a little bit. And what's cool is because I advanced it, now we're kind of getting some of the weathering effects. So we're getting that snow kick up now, which is pretty sick. So I'm going to go ahead and I want to get that third ICE in the shot a little bit better. But I think that is okay. I kind of like where we were before, but you kind of get my point, right? You get my point. I'm actually okay with that shot right there. So yes, I can hit screenshot, I can save, I can upload that, and boom, there it is, the new and improved, or slightly improved photo mode. And once you exit photo mode, you're back where we left off with our original weather and time settings. But we're here, we're back racing. We can now go a little bit faster, up to 140 kilometers as he's slowly pulling away from us. I think I got on the throttle a little late for reaching that next speed limit. But looks like we're gonna bring us on the right side of this wall, up above. And it looks like he's going downhill a little bit, so he might have a little bit of an advantage. We are getting the G icon here on the MFD, which means that the train is trying to slow itself down. This first portion coming out of Fulda has a system called LZB activated, which if you pair LZB with AFB and the throttle, it basically kind of manages your speed for you. It's like another step beyond just regular cruise control because it'll also slow you down based on the signals. And on the top right of my screen, I can see that there is a red signal coming up after that next green one, or a stop signal. And so I think this is trying to slow us down for that signal we got. There is a yellow right there. We'll go ahead and acknowledge that. There we go. And I wonder if dispatch is trying to get that train ahead of us. Are we going to be merging on the same track? Like, how many high-speed tracks are there this direction? Kind of sucks, though. I was hoping to get ahead of him. I was hoping to beat him off. I was hoping to beat him and give him a red signal. But it looks like he got the W this time. Yeah, I see the red light now up ahead of us. And that's where we're probably going to have to stop. We'll be ready on the brakes. Yep, there it is. You can see. I'm not sure if you can see that on the video, but that IC is merging onto our track, which is the reason why we are getting the red light. So we'll have to bring the train to a stop here while the dispatch adds some separation for us, because we're both going to Frankfurt. So he's definitely going to be an issue. Traffic is definitely going to be an issue in this run. So it looks like LZB is going to actually bring us to a complete stop here at the rope. There it is. It just switched to a green over a yellow, which is nice. And the LZB is still in control and actually reapplying power for us. That's pretty cool. I like LZB. It basically drives itself. It's pretty cool. So it slowed us down at the red light. And now that it changed, it detected that, right? And it's speeding us back up on its own. I didn't have to touch anything at all, which is pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. All right, so we're rolling again. Back up to speed. We can now go 160 kilometers an hour, headed towards Frankfurt. We have an 85 kilometer trip today, and right now you see It actually says end right there on the screen. It basically means this is the end of the LZB activation zone. So we can basically go ahead and it's gonna kick off the throttle. It's gonna kick off the AFB as well, and we'll have to reset both of those once we get to the end of this little gap, which I think is gonna be at this signal, I believe. I don't see any signage that says LZB ends or anything like that. Yep, that's the sign we got. So you see our throttle kicked off. So all I'm gonna do is kind of reach down here and reset them both. So turn AFB off, throttle off, AFB back on, set to 160, and throttle back up, and there we go. We're rolling again. So if that happens to you and you're like, hey, why did my train stop driving? That's probably why. You probably drove through the little LZB marker thing. Now, if you don't have LZB turned on, you just drive it manually the entire way. So there shouldn't be an issue for you. But anyways, 84 kilometers to go to Frankfurt. No stops. This is an express service. It's going to take us about an hour still. Even without stopping anywhere, it's still going to take us about an hour to get to Frankfurt. Beautiful station up in Frankfurt. Can't wait to show you guys that and take a little walk around. Look at the station. Fairly busy as well. And but yeah, hour out, man. An hour out. I do like this kind of driving myself. I prefer the long distance, high speed passenger services. That's just kind of my personal taste. I know not everybody feels that way, and that's all good. We all have our different preferences when it comes to the what type of trains we like, what type of services we like, and I just happen to like the longer distance ones. Oh, check it out. We got a freight train coming up on our left. Looks like a container train. Pretty sweet. One thing that's really cool about this route is it is very diverse. Very, very diverse. You got a little bit of everything for everybody. I mentioned earlier about how, like, you know, my style is more of the longer distance passenger, high-speed trains type stuff. Well, if that's not for you, then it's still something for you in this route. You got lots of local regional routes where you stop at every single station. You got the freight routes, which I think are usually probably from end to end for the most part. I don't know if it's very much shunting on this route, but there's definitely freight on here if you are a freight type of person, if you're a freight hog. But it's very diverse, kind of like the previous Riesa Dresden route that we had a few years back, where it's still to this day one of my favorite German routes, with because it just had everything. You could do high speed, you could do local, you could do regional, you could do freight, you could do all kind of stuff. And that's the kind of route that I have always enjoyed, is a really diverse one. All right, so we can slow down to 150. There's a 150 warning right there, and we'll continue down to 130. We're gonna have a 130 coming after that, followed by a possible red signal. So we'll get nice and slow down. Actually, we get down to about 80. Yeah, we'll go down to 80, and we'll go ahead and acknowledge that. We need to get slowed down pretty quickly, so we'll get it on the brakes pretty hard. There we go. We're slowing down, slowing down, and we should be expecting a red signal after this station here. All right, there's 80. Let's come off the bricks. We'll let it coast the rest of the way, and that signal just changed to green. We'll release that. Again, reset the throttle and AFB. We can go to 130. There we go. So, I mean, some of you may be watching this like, man, this looks like a lot of work. Well, with the safety systems, it can be. And I like using the safety systems because it just kind of adds another thing to do. It adds another layer of challenge. You know, I've been driving train sims for a while, and, you know, outside of, you know, the braking distance and braking on the right point, like, it can get kind of, I don't want to say easy, but easy, yeah. And so adding safety systems or signals or other things that make it more challenging kind of keeps my brain occupied throughout the drive. I have to actually pay attention to the signals. I can't just let it drive for an hour and then come back, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I like driving the safety systems, specifically the German safety systems. Just kind of keep you busy and occupied throughout the route. So I dig that. It can get busy, especially when you have traffic. If there was no traffic ahead of us, then the safety systems would basically just let us beat. We could go our top speed or close to it, whatever the speed limit is for the entire length of the route. But because there's traffic ahead, a bit of a traffic jam ahead, we have to be mindful of that. That's the reason why dispatch keeps throwing those red signals. There's ICE1 on the left, another one. That's the second one we've seen today. So yes, on the timetable, there's the ICET, which we're driving right now. There's also the ICE1, which we just saw on the left. And then there's also the ICE3, which is the one we got in, I think, the first Train Sim World. There's 2 versions of it, by the way. And so that one, I believe, is the fastest of all of them. But yeah, check out this tilting here. Look at that. We are leaning, boy. We are leaning. And then into the tunnel we go. This is not too long of a tunnel, but this is, I believe, the one tunnel on the route. All right, now that we've broken out of the tunnel, as you can see on the top left here, when the speed limit is 160, I'm only doing 130. I'm kind of lagging back on the throttle a little bit to kind of give some space to that other train ahead of us, so we don't have to slow down and stop as much. Because if I maintain that top speed, we're gonna definitely get another red signal, and I don't want to have to stop as much as I can. So we're after coming out of the tunnel, we get to kind of like the more windy section. If I go to the map just really quickly and I zoom out, you can see it's a pretty tight bend coming up, a few of them, which is gonna be a good chance to show off the tilting function, assuming we don't get a red signal here. Taking it nice and slow. Let's go to the outside view here just for a second. And there it is. We're tilting again. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Alright, what's going on? We're getting a lot of honks on us. Let's slow down here. We got a red. We got a red. We got a red. Acknowledge, acknowledge. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Yeah, this is exactly why I want to take it slower, was for that reason. So the new speed limit is 120. There we go. I'm kind of spamming the PZB acknowledge button just to make sure. I'm trying my best, guys, to not get an emergency stop every time I drive out here in Germany with the German safety systems. I end up somehow getting an emergency stop. So, try my best to avoid that today. But so far, so good. We're passing by another station here on our left. A couple honks as we pass through. Not sure which station it is. Matter of fact, you know what? We can take a look. Let's take a look at the map real quick. We zoom in. You can see the new map now shows us the actual track names and platform names. So that was a place... I don't even know how to pronounce that if I tried. But yeah, that's where we just passed by. For those who speak German or German-ish, you can also see our train here. We can hover over our train. Oops, we can click on a train and do some things as well. Got the signals showing here as well. If we zoom out, we can see where that train is ahead of us. There he is. He's not far at all. He is right there. He's literally 1 block ahead. You can actually get the information on him, hovering the mouse. So yeah, I like the new changes to the map, but I hope it doesn't stop here. I hope it doesn't stop here. If I go to the map one more time and zoom out, you see when I go all the way out, it looks like the old map. And I kind of wish that when you're zoomed all the way out, you can at least maybe show us the main stations on this list somewhere, so we can kind of see where we are, where we're between, without having to zoom out or zoom all the way in. But again, it's a step forward. We've been needing a route map update for since the very original Train Sim World. So I'm glad we actually got that, but I'm just hoping this is not where it ends. So anyways, we're gonna stay here like 120 for a bit. We're getting a lot of red signals. The traffic is really slowing us down quite a lot, and to avoid having to come to a complete stop, we're just gonna kind of take it slow and allow that other train to get some separation ahead of us. And here comes another train on our left. Very familiar train. We've seen that train on a lot of German routes. I feel like almost every German route has that train on it. Just passed by another ICE1. There's actually a decent amount of ICE1 services on this route. Only a few ICE3 services, but quite a lot of ICE1 services. But remember, this route and the Kassel-Würzburg route do share a portion. So let's go ahead and check the map here. As you can see, we are getting to the straighter portion of the route. So hopefully that traffic ahead of us can get up to speed and we can actually start to stretch our legs here and get closer to our max speed. So go ahead and put, I didn't mean to do that. I just got up, sit back down. But we'll go ahead and push our AFB up to 160, hoping that that train ahead of us also can do the same. And I'm also hoping that the separation is good enough that dispatch does not have to slow us down. So almost there, only 38 miles to go until we get to Frankfurt. We're already beyond halfway, and this should be the faster portion of the route as we get to that straighter portion right here, going towards Frankfurt before we get a nice hard slowdown here. What is this section right here? This is Hanau, Habanov. So this is a massive, I think it's a massive freight yard here. I do like, again, that the new route map actually shows what each track is, the track numbers and things like that. I just wish we could still see stuff from a bit farther out. Oh yeah, now we're talking. So there's LZB being reactivated, which is pretty sweet. And also, we're getting a 200 km/h speed limit. So we'll go ahead and push it to 200. You can see now, throttle is pushing forward. LZB should be active now, which makes life a lot more easier when it comes to slowing down and speeding up. So, very nice. So yeah, we got the two LZB sections. We got this section going south towards Frankfurt. Then we have the other section up north near Fulda. But nice, we can go 200 km/h, and I think we got good distance between us and that traffic. So, let's go. Alright, so looks like LZB is ending for us again, which is kind of a bummer. I was really enjoying having LZB support. We'll go ahead and hop on the brakes here, get on the brakes pretty hard. We don't want to get a stop. We have a 160 km/h speed limit coming up. And that very tight turn into the freight yard we gotta pass by. You may have noticed there on that fast LZB section, we had a decent amount of traffic too. Should get much busier on the route as we get closer. We'll continue to stay on the brakes there and hit the PCB acknowledge button there because we are getting close to a red signal, which most likely means that that train up ahead also had to slow down as well. So we're gonna get stopped here and try not to break that speed. We got 90, 95, 94. I think we should be good. There's 85. We'll go ahead and break out of that. There we go. We'll reset everything. Again, since LZB kicked off, that would have kicked off our AFB again. And we'll kick off the throttle too, so we can do, I think we're restricted right now for whatever reason. So we'll do 80 miles an hour, 80 kilometers an hour. And we'll put the throttle back in. There we go. So 85 set. And, oh, we still have a red. It's red right there. So, ah! Come on, stop. We're gonna stop anyways. When you see that S on there, it's stopping you no matter what you do. So that's perfectly fine because we need to stop anyways, I guess. But I think this stop is for us because I don't know actually why we're stopping. But we have a hard red there. We'll go ahead and reset everything. And we'll wait for him to stop yelling at us. Alright, now that I got it reset, we'll get our AFB turned back on. And I think that's really all we need to do. We got to get this wiper out of the way again because I reset the reverser. Put that back in the park. There we go. We're sitting on train brake 2. That's fine. And you're hearing literally all the safety systems kind of go back through their test because I reset the reverser. That's why we're hearing that. I'm going to put this in maybe 40. But we can't roll off yet. It's still a red signal, so we'll wait. I tried to look at the map to see what the traffic was, but there's a lot of traffic in front of us. It's not just the ICTT up ahead. There's also other regional traffic that's in the way. So we may have to wait here a little bit until it clears up ahead and we get the green signal. All right, there it is. We have the green lights, which means we can now get rolling. We'll release our train brake. We'll roll out of here about 40. Take it nice and slow. It's gonna be a bit busy up ahead of us. We are approaching Frankfurt, but only 21 kilometers away. And yep, I was correct. So we can only do about 45 max there. And we'll creep through here. We should be going, see a bunch of freight up ahead of us. Oh, check it out. There's a Vectron over there on the right with some oil tankers or something like that. That's pretty cool. I've not driven that yet on this route, but yeah, there's lots of freight. You can also run the Flix train on this route too. I have not actually seen a Flix train AI. That's the bright green train. So if you notice, there's signs. We just passed one. There's signs on the side that'll be like a yellow, big yellow number sign, and so those don't always apply to us because we're in the ICTT. Since we have the tilting function, we're actually able to go a little faster than many of the other trains can go. And so they're following those signs. We don't necessarily follow them. Thanks to the tilting function, we can go a little bit faster through these curves. So right there it says 110, but we can do 130. That's 20 kilometers faster than what the other trains can do. And look at us lean. Look at us lean. Oh, leaning with it, rocking with it. There, that's pretty. It's really cool actually how it twists. When they first announced that, hey, there was tilting trains coming to Train Sim World 5, I was like, okay, that's cool, but like it's not amazing. Like it's not like a groundbreaking, you know, top feature. It's just kind of like, okay, that's cool. I'm glad it does it. It should do it. The real thing does it, and I still kind of feel that way. But when you see it, you do realize like how effective and how dramatic that setting is. Alright, getting slowed down here. We have another red signal coming up ahead. Let's get slowed down and hopefully stop before it makes us stop again. Slow down, come on, slow down. And you can see another train coming out of from down below us. I wonder if he's gonna be going in front of us. Alright, where is the signal? I see the red signal. Let's keep it slow down. Let's get down to 40. And okay, I think we're okay. I think we're okay. Alright, still under control. Kind of let it coast here. We're at 20 kilometers an hour. We'll reset the AFB. Set the throttle. We'll do like we'll do 40 if we can. And we'll just kind of roll here. I think maybe we have somebody coming onto our track. I'm not sure, but another stop here. And back on the brakes. And we'll bring it to a stop here right before the signal. There we go. Look at that. I'm getting better at this. I'm getting better at this. There's some traffic passing by on our right side. Again, very busy route. I'm really enjoying this route. I really am. I truly am enjoying it. We'll put it to 40. We'll hold the brakes here. And here we go. And we're waiting again. Alright, as you can see, signal is green. We're clear. We can now go. So put the throttle back up and roll out. We're only 4 kilometers away now from Frankfurt. We should be arriving very shortly. Alright, we are coming around a corner and through another really cool looking bridge. I'll be approaching Frankfurt here very, very shortly. There's a river off there on our right. I love this bridge. Both of the bridges. They're really nice. Alright, so we're down 60. We're gonna be hitting, yep, switching the tracks here. Crossing over. A little late there on slowing down that switch speed. We'll acknowledge that PCB warning there. And we should be seeing Frankfurt downtown and Frankfurt Station any moment. Now, I was incorrect. I had said in the previous stream that I thought that the featured station was the airport station, but it's not. This is actually the one that's downtown. There's another train station that ends at Frankfurt Airport. But we're not. That one is not featured on this route. But there it is, the skyline of Frankfurt. We're gonna get slowed down to 30. And wow, look at this. Look at all the traffic. Look at the downtown area. It is definitely a sight rolling into Frankfurt Station. It's just look at all the tracks. There are so many tracks, so many platforms. Oh, there's IC3 on the right. Looks like he's just rolling in for his service for the day. But this is so cool. I believe we'll be going straight ahead. Creeping in at 30 kilometers an hour. And it looks like we're going to be on time, surprisingly, even though I guess they kept the delays in mind when they made our schedule. Because we are actually going to be here right on time, even with all the traffic delays on the way to Frankfurt. Pretty nice. But here we are. This is the end of the line for us. Should have been about an hour-long drive here. Getting into, I believe it's platform 9, I think. But I'll go ahead and start getting on the brakes here. We'll pull out, or we could use AFB to help us out as well. Down 10 kilometers an hour. It's going to slow us down. We'll watch the buffers. Look at this station, guys. Look at this. We'll get out here in a second and take a quick walk around. But massive. One of the biggest train stations in Europe. I'm not sure which is the actual biggest, but I know that this is one of the biggest train stations in Europe. Very, very nice. Alright, let's bring it to the end. All the way to the end. We'll get a stop right before the buffers. And we'll call it today. I'm really liking this route. I do. I'm trying to think if this is my new favorite German route. I'm not sure. I might have to go back and drive some of the older ones again to see if this is my absolute favorite German route. I don't know, but it's definitely up there. That is for sure. And there it is. Beautiful stop. Just like that. So we'll go to the outside view. We'll open up the right side doors. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Frankfurt. Hope you enjoyed the ride. Hope it was smooth enough for you. And I got you here on time. How about that? There's ICE3 over there. I might have to hop over to the ICE3 and ride off into the sunset with him. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But yeah, honestly, for Train Sim World 5, in my personal opinion, I think that this route, the Frankfurt to Fulda route, of the 3 routes that come with the standard edition of Train Sim World 5, is the absolute best by far. It's definitely the best one of all the routes that come with Train Sim World 5. Now, the other ones are not bad, right? They're not bad. It's just, I think this one is kind of like the most entertaining. So, let's go ahead and kind of shut her down. We'll put the reverse rinse off, and we'll turn the headlights off as well, and they're kicking me out. I think somebody else is taking over the service. Let's go ahead and hop out of the train before they don't let us get out. Go, 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 go! No! Where are you taking me? We're being kidnapped. Hold on. I'm trying to leave. Open the door. Open. Open! Open! I don't want to go with you. Where are we going? Where are we going? I want to see Frankfurt. That's what the ICE1, but I want to see Frankfurt. I guess when we're moving, we can't open the doors. Is there an override button? There's an emergency. Can I click this? Where's the emergency handbrake? I can't get out. Alright, I have a plan B. We'll just use the free cam. If they let me. There we go. Alright, well I guess that train is off to somewhere else. Pretty tight schedule apparently. But yeah, so here it is. Here's Frankfurt. Sorry for that. That's sweet, man. Look at that. That is a sweet look. Lots of traffic here. Got 2 ICE1s. Got an ICE3 over there. We got this old bucket. I'm sure some of you guys probably love that train there. Diesel. And we got some more traffic over here on the left. Lots of traffic, man. But beautiful station. Looks really good. As far as performance, getting pretty decent performance. I did get a few stutters on the way into Frankfurt, as I think the station and the trains and traffic were loading in. But on my machine, I should not be having a problem. But I think that for some people, you might see some stutters, you might see some low FPS. It's all going to depend on how much traffic you have and the time of day and all that kind of stuff like that. But lots of detail in this station. Looks amazing. And like I said, there's a little something here for everyone. What are you into? What type of trains are you into? I guess they're chatting. A little empty. Got some little snack shops here and everything. Very, very nice. Well, my dream to drive the ICE3 apparently is not going to come true because we're trapped in our own train. But guys, that's it for me. Frankfurt, Fulda, Train Sim World 5. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and hope you enjoy Train Sim World 5. Let me know your thoughts on the route and let me know your thoughts on Train Sim World 5. Now remember, if you have Train Sim World 4 or 3, or actually if you've never owned any Train Sim World, you can get the free starter pack for a limited time. So depending on when you're watching this video, it may still be available, but a limited time you can get Train Sim World 5 for free. It just comes with no routes. You have to buy the routes separately, but at least you get the core game. So if a route that interests you comes out, you can actually go and get only that route. So if you want to just get Train Sim World 5 and only this route, you can do that. If you want to get Train Sim World 5 and only American route, you can do that. If you already have Train Sim World 3, Train Sim World 4, or the previous Train Sim World, all of your previous routes will transfer over to Train Sim World 5. Just get the starter pack and you can still run your old routes with Train Sim World 5. Hopefully that makes sense. But guys, until next time, remember, you have 3 choices. Give up, give in, or give it all you got. Peace, love, and God bless you. I'll see you guys next time, next video. From Frankfurt, I'm out. See ya!